morning. It is Sunday the 19th of April. I've not filmed much in the last couple of days. I wasn't feeling that great, but luckily I seem to have perked back up. And it's my last day of freedom for a while because I've got to work the next 3 days. So my plan today is to try and film lots of clips so that I have some vlog material for you. Because obviously I'm not going to be able to film much the next few days. So I've got some ideas. Some people gave me some nice ideas when I asked on Instagram the other day, and I've thought of some other things. So I'm going to try and film as much as I can for you today. I am going to block my dust of snow wrap. I know I said I was going to do that the other day, but kind of ran out of time. We'd had to do shopping, and I went to the chemist and putting all the shopping away. Then we had to drop some things to mum and dad's. So by the time I did all that, there was only like a few hours left of sunshine, and I know that it's going to take ages to dry. So the weather forecast is good today, so I have got it in the bath soaking, and I will hopefully film pinning it out, and then you'll be able to see it later on dry, hopefully. It's probably going to get covered in blossom because just everything is at the moment, but that's just the way it's going to have to be. So we don't have much else planned today. I'll do a roast for dinner later. I don't think there's a lot of gardening needs doing, but I'll show you. I'll try and film a little garden update because there's a few new things going on out there. And hopefully just have a bit of a chilled one, really, ready for the next couple of days. I'm not used to working. I don't know how I'm going to cope. God knows how I'll cope when I have to go back to normal. Anyway, I hope you're all well, and I'll speak to you later. So I've made a boo-boo on my blanket. You'll notice that this grey square here is going in the wrong direction. The mitre should go down that way. And so I was like, right, okay, I'm going to have to rip that out. But thinking about it, there's no way to get that one in the right direction with that one being there. So somehow I've worked two sides of this round right without realising that actually I need to work from middle out. Otherwise they just don't go in the right direction. This blanket doing the mitres in different directions, which I didn't do on my last one, it's really proving, you know, more of a brain taxing exercise than I thought it was going to be. Because it, you know, it really does require a lot of thinking about which order the squares go in. So unfortunately, these two bad boys have to come out. They look, I was just looking at them, they look quite messy on the edges, but they don't look messy once the squares around them are joined in. So it's just the way it goes. I might have to do a border on the whole thing though when it's finished. But that'll be a long way off, so I don't have to worry about that yet. So you will have just seen that I've just blocked my dust of snow wrap in the garden and that was fun. My God, I don't have any blocking mats, proper blocking pins. I've just got beach towels and like dressmaking pins. So, you know, it's by no means a good proper block. So, and it doesn't need a massive block. I should explain, for those of you who maybe don't knit, blocking is when you finish something, you need to soak it, wash it. I use like a wool wash, and then pin it or, you know, stretch it into shape, because it sort of opens the stitches out, changes the structure of the fibres a little bit, so it gives it a really proper finished lovely look, and also then smells really nice and clean and everything. So I had to soak it in the bath. It was all a bit of a mammoth task because it's so big, so I had to soak it in the bath. I'm pinning it out in the garden. It's not ideal, it's under the blossom tree. As you can see, I was just getting rained on the whole time with blossom, but it will be fine. It doesn't really need a huge amount of blocking. The stitches are quite open as it is, and at least it was sort of a nice simple shape. I absolutely love it. I can't believe I finished it now and won't be able to wear it for so long, because I love it. I know I've seen loads of people recently saying that they've not really liked their dust of snow wraps and they're frogging them and all sorts, but I love it. I think mine's a little bit smaller. I always go down a needle size with shawls, just because I'm a little person, and my gauge always comes out smaller than everybody else's anyway, so I think it's a nice manageable size. I love that it's a rainbow. I started it ages ago, before rainbows became fashionable or necessary, so I really love that it's a rainbow, and it's brought me a lot of joy the last week, so I'm really chuffed with it and can't wait to wear it. So hopefully by the end of the day I'll be able to show you proper dried, finished dust of snow wrap, and then hopefully it won't be too long before I can get John to take some gorgeous photos of it, hopefully at Flock when we all meet again. Morning. It's Friday the 24th of April. I've not actually filmed anything for days. I filmed a few little bits sort of last weekend, and then I've been to work and been really busy and really tired, so I just haven't got around to anything. So I just thought I'd pop on and say hi. As you can tell by my really white eyes, I'm still enjoying the sun. I've literally never been so tanned. The garden's coming on a treat, so I'm going to try and film a little garden update today. I've got plans to do some baking either today or tomorrow. We've got a games night tonight with our friends. Lots of bits and pieces, so hopefully I shall be able to film a little bit and then have a vlog up for you over the weekend. I hope you're all well, and I will speak to you soon. So I've come outside this morning to give you a little tour of the garden because it's looking pretty different now. So as you can see, we've got hardly any blossom left. The lawn's looking a little bit better because Paul mowed it, but there's still a lot of blossom in the flower beds. So my pots are looking nice. I've filled some gaps with some plants that arrived yesterday. There's a little fuchsia there. This Nemesia is looking gorgeous. The flowers are just like tissue paper, they're so pretty. Over here I've got my strawberry bare root plants growing really well. They only arrived last week, so they're coming on a tree. I've got some new hydrangeas in that pot. And just, I filled lots of gaps in these beds. I think down there I've got some Nigella that's self-seeded, so that might crop up a bit. This is looking beautiful. This is a Philadelphia, so mock orange, and I got it last year and it got really attacked by slugs and snails, but this year it has come back really well and there are quite a lot of buds on it, so I think it's going to be beautiful. There's also quite a lot of new growth on that lavender there, which is good. This hellebore is still not looking brilliant, but we shall see. The ferns are almost there. They look absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to move one of those next year because they're too close together. They were ones we already had here. So I've got some new things going on in here. This is an astilbe that I grew from a plug plant that I ordered. That's a fuchsia from Mum. I've got 2 more ferns here, and I think possibly a third sprouting out of the grass, which is a bit weird, so I'm going to leave them for now, but they'll get moved as well at the end of the year. So over here I've got another fuchsia. I've got some euphorbia from Mum, from a cutting. I've just noticed that one's getting really eaten. Oh dear. Oh no, it's not. That's a weed. That's okay. Got some ice plant here. Then my Alchemilla mollis, which I thought had gone last year, has come back, which is really good. And then I've got some Gadisha from my auntie. Sorry, I'm shadowing everything. This is a Salvia hot lips, which was amazing last year. It was like 3 times the size of that. And I had to obviously give it a good cut back at the beginning of the year, but it's got loads of new growth on it and it's like really bushing out again, so that's nice. Gets the most beautiful flowers. Then this corner is really filling up. I know it doesn't look much at the moment, but it will. This, Mum separated her hellebore and gave us this. Might point out all's been collected at a safe distance. So I've got a hydrangea here, another astilbe here, then there's 2 more hydrangeas in that corner. They're bright red ones, which would be exciting. And I've got some more ice plant here, trying to work around these damn tree trunks. I might get some more alpines to go around there. I think that might work better. And then I've got some Veronica and Digitalis back there. Then coming along here, this is all filling up really nicely and all my pansies are flowering beautifully. Got 1 casualty of the slugs here, but that was a real cheapie in Morrison's, so I'm not too devastated. This, however, was also a real cheapie in Morrison's, and look how it's grown. It's beautiful. I don't even know what it is. Behind there, my delphinium is coming up and has loads of buds on it, so that's great news because I wanted it to grow up behind that stump. But yeah, it's all looking full of colour. It's just a shame about all the blossom on everything. And my rockery, even though it just looks drowned in blossom, I've got some real success stories. This is one of the Sempervivum chicks that we planted a few weeks ago, and it's just grown so big, as has this one and this one. So I planted some more out yesterday, which seemed to be taking well, and I'm just looking at the mother plant, and there's loads more chicks on there, so I will take some more off of there because that's amazing. Yeah, and I think that's about it for now. The seedlings are doing well in their new home. I'll unzip them in a minute. Lots of things seem to be flourishing in there, and I've planted a few new things, so hopefully pretty soon we will have a garden full, and it looks set to be another gorgeous day. So I just popped over to Mum and Dad's to drop off a few things, and in return they have given me some stuff. Sorry, that shouldn't be in there, that's pastry for our dinner tonight. Some stuff to have a go at making sourdough. Now I know that flour and things are scarce at the moment, but I figure that this isn't a very risky activity, seeing as I'm, you know, a fairly accomplished baker. I've got quite a lot of experience, and I've got a lot of people around me who are very accomplished sourdough makers, so I promise I'm not going to waste anything. So Mum has given us some of her starter. So hers is called Boris. So we thought ours should have an equally political name. So ours is going to be called Bread Balls. Oh, I just noticed she's given us a little tag. That's cute. So yeah, this is Bread Balls. She has that yeast for our naan breads next week, because I have got flour, but I have not got yeast. She gave us her Banneton, I believe it's called. Paul's calling that Duncan Banneton. And she gave us some wholemeal flour to feed Bread Balls with. So we're going to have a little go this afternoon, because he is ready to go, and see how we get on. I'll keep you updated with our progress.